Adam and Eve were the first two people. God created them and set them up in a perfect garden, but they weren't prisoners in that garden. They were given the choice to stay or to leave. God made a special tree and told them that they were not to eat from it. This gave Adam and Eve a choice. They could choose to live God's way, or they could choose to live their own way and disobey God. That tree was important because without it, Adam and Eve didn't have a choice about whether or not they wanted to stay with God. And without that choice, the garden was just a pretty prison. One day, Adam and Eve were tempted to eat the fruit from that tree, and they did. They chose their own path instead of God's. And that choice has consequences. They had to leave the garden, and the garden's entry was blocked off by angels. There was now a barrier between God and people, but that's not the end of the story. It's easy to enjoy a game like checkers, even if you are losing. This is because you know that when the game ends, you get to start all over. You reset the board and start a new game. Everybody gets a do-over. There was a heavy curtain in the Jewish temple. This curtain blocked off the most holy place, a special room where it was believed that God dwelled among his people. And just like the angels blocking the garden's entrance, this curtain separated God from people. After all that time, there was still a barrier separating us from God. But when Jesus died, the curtain was torn from top to bottom. The separation that started with Adam and Eve was gone. Now, because of Jesus, people could be close to God again, the way God first made us to be. In other words, Jesus gave humanity the ultimate do-over.